Hi and welcome back. Our guest today is Craig Sendach, the owner of Touching Hearts at Home. Craig is going to share with us how family caregivers and patients can find quality in-home care, and he'll also share with us about his business, Touching Hearts at Home. So thank you for joining us today, Craig.
Thank you so much for having me on your show. I'm happy to be here.
Well, we're happy to have you. Now, Touching Hearts at Home has a 5-star rating in the field of home care agencies. So tell us about your business.
Touching Hearts at Home is a wonderful resource when friends and family can't be there for somebody, and a second set of hands could really make all the difference in the world for that person. We provide non-medical care for everything in the home, from light housekeeping, meal preparation with special diets in mind, accompanying people to and from the doctor appointments, social functions, and even just friendly conversation. And it is a privilege to serve so that people have that peace of mind in a way that they could age in place with respect and dignity.
That is wonderful. Now, I took a look at your website, and you also provide care for patients who have undergone plastic surgery?
Yeah, we have. There are people who are having outpatient procedures, and those are procedures that you want to be discreet about, especially,
Right, yeah.
or you've traveled from a different city to get the best doctor in this area, and the procedure can't happen without somebody accompanying you back home and making sure that you're okay, and the discharge plan is followed before you go back for your follow-up appointment.
Well, that is awesome. A lot of people who have plastic surgery don't really look into the aftercare, so I thought that that was a great component. Now, another part of your agency is you offer care to Alzheimer's patients. You help with issues such as wandering and things like that, and you also offer respite care. So tell us about those aspects of your services.
Well, it's the unfortunate reality with people living with Alzheimer's and dementia. The stat I could give you is 1 in 3 of those who we are serving is living with some form of memory loss.
Wow.
So with that comes a great responsibility, help with the challenging behaviors that you mentioned, but also the opportunity to create meaningful activities and things that could help that person continue to live, stay engaged with things that could be learning a new skill, with socialization involved. We are a member organization of the Alzheimer's Foundation.
Oh, that's
They've
wonderful.
they have been a tremendous help, because it's hard to do everything as a small business. You need to rely on other partners out there in the community like them. And we have this initiative where we've taught elderly people, aging adults, to play mahjong, and we've called it
Wow.
mahjong for memory, because that's learning a new skill. It's keeping their mind engaged on things, and it's an educational opportunity for people to keep their mind sharp.
That is absolutely wonderful. Is wandering a big issue for your clients, any of them?
It is a challenging behavior, especially when people don't realize it's happening. People age in different ways, in different times, with different needs. That's a difficult one, and yeah, it does happen. And even just simply having supervision, making people feel comfortable, bringing them back to a place where the person who's wandering might feel home and at ease, is very, very important.
Now, another thing that your agency provides is respite care for the caregivers. In what ways do you provide respite care?
Well, it's one thing that we definitely don't do enough of. I think people overlook the fact of self-care being critically important, especially for the person who is serving as a caregiver as a role in the family for somebody who might be living with a challenging illness. And having that ability to leave, go play golf for a little bit, take care of their own mental health, well-being, own errands in their life, while we can take care of some of the non-medical household tasks for that person, allows them to come back fresh and remain the ultimate companion for the person who needs the care.
That is wonderful. I really love that. I have looked into a lot of home care agencies, and I've never heard them discuss respite care for the caregiver, but it's so, so important. Now, you are a young, successful millennial in healthcare. You run your own business. What inspired you to start your own home care agency?
I opened when I realized through my family's own experiences that people who are in need of a service like this don't always know where to look. They can come and find an initial solution and often regret the decision that they've made. In seeing that I was uniquely qualified to do something better than I may have first had it demonstrated in front of me, or what appeared to be the only research available to me at the time, I took on this initiative as a life mission to do home care with hospitality. I was a hotel, restaurant, institutional management major at the University of Delaware.
Wow.
So ensuring that people are well nourished and comfortable in their home comes naturally to me. And I also realized that you need to help people appreciate the concept of planning for long-term objectives. And if your mission is to stay home, it's our role to provide person-centered care and make sure that everybody is fit well in their community with all the other community players out there to stay in place.
So you're noticing a lot of adults, older adults, wanting to age in place.
Absolutely. The sooner you bring in home care and people to help with different little things around the house, the longer that person can remain safe in that home.
And so basically, Touching Hearts at Home is bringing together hospitality and going beyond the traditional, home attendant.
Yes.
And just going that extra mile for people.
Yes, thank you for noticing.
So that's very important. Now, home care agencies often depend on symbiotic relationships in healthcare to attract clients. So tell us about how you attract clients.
Home care is one of the essential functions of an entire community of care professionals. So by that I mean you have the doctors, the nurses, social workers, professional cleaners, restaurateurs, all those people in a person's community of care. And for everybody, home care is just one piece of it to help that person age in place and go about the things that are part of their regular life. Helping to keep them remaining independent and feeling as though those things are still happening without too much assistance is something that comes naturally as a home care owner. When you have the right relationships in the community, we're referring to one another to make sure that that person gets the best care, the best of whatever it may be, to be part of that full care plan. So in addition to that, satisfied clients and family members of those clients continue to be our primary source of finding new people that we could help.
So do you work with like adult daycare centers and stuff like that?
We have a role there too. People might have a hard time getting there.
Okay.
And they might need somebody to help them function there just as they would in their own home. So wherever home may be, in addition to adult daycare centers, that could be continuum care communities. Wherever home may be is where we could help that person with everything non-medical.
Now, do you, a lot of nursing homes are understaffed. Do you ever provide staff for nursing homes and things like that?
Yes, that person might need a little bit help organizing with light housekeeping too, or just to go and run errands. Those are functions that we could serve, or they, in some cases, aren't even allowed to leave.
I think that's a very important service. I visited a nursing home about a week ago to see a specific person, and I noticed that a lot of the patients were, asking things. As soon as I would come by, they would ask me for water, ask me to go and get the nurse, and things like that. And so I ended up speaking to the nurse, and she said that that's not normally the floor that she covers, but she was just doing it for that day, and they were pretty understaffed there. So those are the challenges that institutions face. A lot of patients in institutions don't feel like they're getting the appropriate care.